I would say the number one thing that you need when you're trying to get from point A to point B, when you have a dream or a desire and you're trying to bring it to life, the most important thing that you need to be able to do that is a solid vision, a compelling vision that you're sold out on. Without that, you don't really have a target. I mean, people ask what you want and you say, I want to build a business, or I want to fall in love, or I want to be rich. But how much, and what are you using it for? And what do you do with your days? And what is your life like? And who are your friends? And how do you spend your time? And what do you read? And where do you go? And all of the specifics, the more specific you can get about an idea that you want to bring to life, the quicker and the easier it's going to happen. If you get on a ship and you leave the dock and you're going to your next port of call, you have the exact coordinates of where you're headed. Now, how you get there might change a little bit. The winds and the waves might shift you somewhat off course, and then you correct yourself and continue on, but you know exactly where you're going. And that's the most important part. So what gets in the way of knowing exactly where we're going and being sold out on that vision? I think it's three things. The first is what we believe that we're capable of. It's what we believe about ourselves. It's, do I trust myself to do this? Do I believe that I'm capable of taking on this new responsibility? Do I believe that I can excel in this area? Do I believe that if I do well, that I can continue to do well? Do I believe that I can hold this, that I'm enough? Am I enough for this? The second thing that I believe gets in the way is what other people think of us. And that has been my own personal downfall for as long as I can remember, because I had a belief that if other people thought something about me, then it must be true. I was taking what they were saying, I was giving them too much credit for their opinion. I was giving too much respect, and that was what I thought in my mind. I was thinking, well, I respect their opinion and I respect other people, and shouldn't I at least acknowledge and believe that what they're saying is in some part truth? And so since that was the case, and since there's so many people around me with so many different opinions, then it created this almost Frankenstein version of myself in my own mind, because I was like, well, if this person says something about me, it must be true. And this person said this, it must be true. So this must be true sometimes, and this must be true other times. And it was just really disjointed. I felt disjointed about my own self. And that really held me back. If I was told that maybe I was smart, but not that creative, but my desire is to go into a creative venture, then why would I think that I was capable of achieving that? I wouldn't. Because if they don't think I'm creative, then why would anyone else think I was creative? The third thing that I believe holds us back from being sold out on our vision is what we believe is possible. This comes down to having this vision, having a desire, and letting it go, because I don't think that could happen. I don't think realistically, statistically, I don't think that this could happen for me, or I don't think it could happen at my age, or I don't think it could happen this period of time, or so many reasons why this just probably isn't possible. So I'm not going to put too much energy or effort into fueling that. I'm not going to do the work of visualizing and living in that possibility, because I don't think it's possible. So what do we do when you find yourself up against one of these doubts, one of these limits, when you're trying to be sold out on your vision? If you don't believe that you're enough in some way, if you're not smart enough, not pretty enough, not strong enough, not wise enough, find the evidence against it. Where are areas in your life where you absolutely have shown your strength, shown your courage, your beauty, and where have you excelled in that area? There's absolutely one area, even if it's small, even if you did it in a small way, what was that and how can you build on it? We can be anybody we want to be when we have a clear vision. We have an incredible number of abilities that we have access to. And what I've come to find out as I've gotten better at things is that most stuff is just a skill you have to learn. So if you are putting out videos on YouTube, for example, and they're not getting the plays that you want, and they're not getting the attention that you want, and it's not growing the audience that you want, the thing that people often will think to themselves is, I must not be enough. I must not be funny enough. I must not be pretty enough or entertaining enough, or my content just isn't good. I'm not good at this. But it's all just a skill. It's all systems and skills. How do you learn what makes a video good? How do you learn what makes a video stand out? How do you learn how to make a good thumbnail? It's all of these bits and pieces of just skills and systems. And when you can pinpoint what's not going well, you can learn the skill or the system. It's never that who you are is not enough. You are enough. Now, when it comes to other people and what they have to say, when that's the block, when I say this took me years to figure out, decades really, honestly, because what I learned is that nobody truly sees me as I am. The only thing people can see is a projection of themselves or who they believe me to be through their own personal lens. They have their own experience, they have their own perspective, their own experiences for who they are and how they've grown up and who they've been surrounded by and what they've learned and what's been ingrained in them. That's their lens of how they see the world. And they can only see me through their lens. And I want to note that some people mean well. Some people in your life, they're trying to protect you, or they're trying to keep you safe. They're trying to make sure you win, make sure you succeed. And to do that, we need you to shoot a little lower. Just don't shoot so high, because I want you to do well. I think there's love in that, but I don't think that that's the right path for everyone. And if your vision is shooting higher than where other people can see you, you've got to let go of their perspective. Thank you so much. I appreciate your opinion. I'm going to try this. Now, when you don't think something is possible, when you don't think that you can have or do or be this vision that you've created, you have to remember that sometimes the vision that we have is not necessarily where we end up. Sometimes the vision that we have is to keep us moving in a direction so that the vision where we're supposed to end, the actual place where we're supposed to end up, becomes clearer along the path. You never know what is out there for you. You never know what is possible on the path or where the path might lead you. That's a little different than what you set out for. Forget about possibility. Just allow yourself to be sold out on your dream no matter what. To be sold out on the difference that you can make, or the joy that you can bring to someone else's life, or the energy that fills you up just because you have this thing you're waking up for every day. Be sold out on that and let it carry you where it's meant to. If you like any of the art that you see in any of my videos, it's all available on my website, AliciaNicoleJackson.com. See you next time.